Coffee Break with me. Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. How are you today? Today I'm here with a review, in-depth review on the new Laura Mercier. Excuse me. Mama's working. You want to say hi? Okay, come here. Come here. Always cute interruptions in this household. You want to say hi? We'll say, they're right there. They're over there. You're going to say hi to me? Huh? You're going to say hi to me? You're going to be wearing this lipstick if you keep it up. Whoa. Did you see your brother? He's down there too, huh? You guys, literally my life. Literally my life. 4 dogs, 2 kids, a business, a crazy squirrel personality. I mean, there's never a dull moment. So today I'm here with a review on the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear Foundation. This is a foundation that launched quite recently, and I think the launching, or the time of the launch, was very, very, very calculated because it's a long-wearing foundation and it's summer and it's hot and foundation just slides off your face. So I thought, you know, I've been using this product for a few weeks now. Might as well do a review. Now, I'm actually going to jump off camera now because I have to get started with my day, but what I wanted to do is show you guys the foundation right now. I've been wearing it for about an hour, and I'm going to take you guys along my day with me in this horrible Texas heat. It's probably like mid-90s and humid today, and we're gonna see how it holds up throughout the day. Now, I've worn this foundation, like I said, for a few weeks. I love how it looks. I love the finish of it. It's very comfortable for a full coverage foundation, but I haven't actually worn it for like 12 or 14 hours in this heat and seen how it actually holds up. So for me, I need foundations to hold up for like maybe 4 hours while I work or I run some errands. Other than that, I don't need it to hold up for 12 to 14 hours. So when I come back at the end of the day, we'll go over how it lasted, the claims, how much product it has, how many ounces, all that good stuff will be included in this review. But for now, let me show you guys what it looks like up close. Let me turn off this light. So you guys are literally all up in my face. Welcome to my face. You guys missed that, don't you? So this is what the foundation looks like up close. It is extremely full coverage. It doesn't feel like it's full coverage, but it looks like it's full coverage, which is kind of, it might be a deal breaker for some of you guys. But this is what it looks like after you've been wearing it for about an hour. So I'm gonna get started with my day and I'll carry you guys along with me. I am vlogging this weekend, so you guys will see kind of how the evolution, or rather breakdown, of this foundation happens in the next like 10 hours. But for now, catch you later. Ah, the unforgiving sunlight. It is like 90 degrees outside. I've been wearing this foundation for about an hour now, albeit I haven't been outside until just now. So I want to update you guys throughout the day to see how the foundation wears. You guys know I live in Dallas, so it's extremely hot and humid. So it may not be pretty at the end of the day, but so far, extreme close-up, y'all. So far, it's not so bad, right? So there's the extreme close-up. You can see it. I mean, it's a thicker foundation, so it's going to settle into the fine lines a little bit. But if you guys use a pore filling or blurring primer, that should help out with that. But we'll see. I mean, it's just been an hour. So, oh Lord, this is going to be an interesting video. All right, guys. So this is the 3-hour check-in. I've been wearing the foundation for 3 hours. Let's do the extreme close-up. You can see the texture of my skin. Holy moly. It's holding up pretty well. Usually with foundations, let me get in the sun. With foundations, I just have the issue right here on the edge of my nose. That's usually where the problem is. And then on my forehead wrinkles. Do you guys remember I told you I'm like hella breaking out right now? It's so gross. But the good news is that the foundation isn't actually breaking up, but it is settling into the fine lines. You can tell on the side of my mouth. That's where most foundations sink in right away. On me is on the sides of my mouth and on my forehead wrinkles, because I do that a lot. So looks good. You can even tell where I was wearing my sunglasses. There's no sunglass mark. So it's looking really good, you guys, so far. But again, it's only been 3 hours. So we'll see how it holds up. I'm actually sitting in my car right now with no AC on, with the moonroof open, and it is 105 degrees outside. That can't be right. Is that right? Dang. All right. No, let me check. Maybe it's because my car has been sitting in the sun. So it is actually 98 degrees. Well, like it's a big difference. I think after you get to like 90 degrees, like does it really matter? So I'll check in with you guys later, but that's it for now. All right, so it is 6:30. I've had this foundation on for 5.5 hours. You can see where I'm starting to get that delicious, glistening, dewy glow. That's actually my skin. You can see. It's a foundation that looks like you're wearing a foundation. It would be a great foundation for special event, pictures, video, but something that I would suggest wearing for more than 6 hours maybe? I don't think so. Maybe if you wore like a mattifying moisturizer and mattifying primer. It does touch up really nicely. I'm actually gonna go touch it up now because I need to film, but that's the 5.5 hour check-in. So I have normal skin. I don't have oily skin or dry skin, and this is what it does. So you could imagine if you did have oily skin at 5.5 hours, how it would look. 5.5 hours? Yeah, 5.5 hours. All right, you guys, it's time for the final check-in. It's been 8 hours since I've been wearing this foundation. Are you ready for the extreme close-up? I did retouch once, and it was an hour and a half ago. Was it an hour and a half ago? It was an hour and a half ago, for sure. It was an hour and a half ago. So, extreme close-up. You guys can see where I touched up was in this area right here. Actually, let me turn this off. And there you go. I touched up in this area here and then on my chin. And you can see where the wear of this foundation was. And the way that I touched up is I just took my beauty blender. I didn't re-dampen it. I didn't do anything. It already had powder, Laura Mercier translucent powder left over from when I applied the excess so that I could do my eyeshadow, and I just bumped it. So what I did is I blotted and bumped. I blotted and powdered at the same time, if that makes any sense. What I'm also gonna do actually right now is I'm gonna take my magical little Sony camera and I'm gonna do another close-up with this one so that you guys can see the difference in footage. So with this camera, it's a little bit less forgiving. You can see the pores, the lines, the everything that's happening in, I mean, everything. You could see everything. You see my forehead. Basically, this is one of those foundations that I wouldn't suggest wearing on a date where you're gonna have a man all up in your face. Okay, let's focus. All right, so we're not gonna get into pros and cons quite yet. I'm gonna wrap up this video with a couple of essentials about this foundation. This foundation, the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear Foundation, comes in 20 shades. It has 1 ounce of product. It comes in a smoky glass bottle and it retails for $48. It's currently a Sephora exclusive. Does that mean that it will remain to Sephora? Probably not. You'll probably be able to find it at other retailers that carry Laura Mercier, but I'm sure that it's one of those like non-compete exclusivity type clauses where Sephora gets to launch it first, you get to play with it for a little bit, and then other retailers get to try it out. So it is a 1 ounce product, 20 different shades in the range. I feel like there's a lot of shades in the middle and not a lot of extremes on the polar ends of the spectrum, if that makes sense. So it's not one of those shade ranges that's like extremely extensive. In fact, I tried, where is it? 5 different shades to find my color, and it's still not my color. So it's kind of tricky. And I forgot that that's how it was for me with Laura Mercier. That's why I never bought the actual BB cream or tinted moisturizer that everyone raves about. I just couldn't find my color. It gets really frustrating and I just give up. So, it is a full coverage foundation. It does have a matte finish. Now, keep in mind, and this is just personal preference, when you're gonna go with a full coverage matte finish product, it's really easy to make it look like you're wearing foundation, and it's really easy to cake it up. Now this foundation claims to last 15 hours, to have a matte finish, to feel weightless, to be waterproof and transfer proof. Do you see that? It's not. I mean, I use the Laura Mercier translucent I kind of want to like rub my own shirt, but this shirt is too cute to sacrifice that way. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this white towel and I put it down my neck. Do you see? It's not transfer proof. I mean, if I went in and I hugged a really good looking dapper gentleman, I would leave a face mark on him. And I'm not wearing bronzer. I'm not like rubbing hard. I'm just like, hey, oh, let me rest my head on your shoulder. Oh, there we go. There's the hug, and boom. It's not transfer proof. It is paraben free and sulfate free. I don't think Laura Mercier is cruelty free. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that they are a cruelty-free brand. Now, considering it's a foundation that claims to last 15 hours, be sweat-proof, waterproof, transfer-proof, sinning-proof, I do expect a little bit more from it, but again, my life doesn't require me to have a foundation that lasts 15 hours on me. So let's get into the pros and cons. The pros of this foundation are that it's from a reputable brand like Laura Mercier. Amazing face products. I swear by their translucent setting powder. I love their concealers. So it comes from a reputable brand. It does have a full ounce of product. It comes with a pump, which is a selling point for a lot of consumers. It does photograph and video really beautifully. So it would be a great product to wear for an event, to take pictures for your, I don't know, some sort of portrait or pictures that you needed to get taken for your passport. No, just kidding. I show up bare-faced for my passport picture because let's be honest, that's what I look like. And so, all in all, I like the foundation. I like it for filming, but it's a foundation based on personal preference that I wouldn't use quite often. And if I did use it, I would use about 1/3 of this product mixed into 2/3 of like Urban Decay's One and Done or the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. But bear in mind that I'm super biased because I prefer medium to light coverage products. It claims to feel weightless, and it does feel weightless, but when you walk by a reflection or you look at yourself in the car in the mirror, you can tell you're wearing foundation. If that's something that you don't mind, then awesome. If it's something that you do mind, then I would be like, well, you can tell you're wearing it. Now let's get into the cons. Cons for me would be that it does look a little heavy. I don't want to say that it doesn't last the 15 hours, but I also don't feel confident saying that it does because I have normal skin. So if I'm very careful, I could extend it to the 15 hours. But if you have oily, slippery, slick skin and you battle with like that oily T-zone or breaking down foundations, this puppy isn't gonna last that long on you. I would say though, a con is when I put on my sunglasses, it didn't remove the foundation. So I was like, dang, Laura Mercier, what is this magical trick you got there? So there's that. But again, if you have oily skin or if you're gonna be out in like the full-on sun, you shouldn't be wearing a full coverage foundation, but that's not comfortable for anyone. So there's that. I don't know if it's a 15, I don't know if it's like the transfer proof or if it's gonna last the 15 hours, but you guys know that I'm a fan of mixing products. So it's a really, really great asset to your makeup repertoire if you were looking for a full coverage foundation that you can play with, that you can modify to fit into your life. You can use it on its own as a full coverage foundation, or you can add a splash of it to your moisturizer, to your primer, or to like a BB cream or tinted moisturizer to create a more natural, lightweight, sheer coverage or medium coverage product. So those are my 2 cents. It is a $48 foundation, but it is a high-end product and it is a new product. So if you guys were looking to try a foundation, you know, you want to stay away from like, I don't know, Estee Lauder's Double Wear and try something new and hip and awesome. I definitely think it's Dani approved. I like it. I would keep it. I'm going to keep it. I plan on including it in my monthly favorites. So there's that. And I feel like I'm forgetting to tell you guys something. I remembered. What if you have dry skin? Now, here are my thoughts on foundations and dry skin. Any matte finish foundation is probably not the best option for someone with dry skin. But I will say that it's not a drying foundation. Have you guys ever tried a matte finish foundation that's like, you feel like it, what is this? What's going on here? You feel like it's extra drying. I didn't get that from this one. It feels nice, it's comfortable, it's a really nice finish. It's a matte, but it's not like a stark, stony looking, like powdery matte. You know what I'm saying? So it might be a good shot. You might want to get a sample if you have dry skin, or you might want to pair it with a hydrating primer. So there's that. Oh, and it's also an oil-free foundation, so you want to make sure that you use it with an oil-free primer. Otherwise, they're not going to play well together, and you're going to be like, this foundation sucks, Dani, by the way. If you don't get oil-free with oil-free and you make that oil-free sandwich, it's not going to function for you. Anyway, so that's it. I'm pretty sure this video is very long because of all the check-ins that I did, but let me know in the comment section if this is a type of video that you enjoyed, if you liked that like prolonged review of a product. And I think that's it. Anything, everything, like always, will be listed and linked in the description box below. And yeah, you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, or learned something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye, guys.